Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing? This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. I'm ready to dance mentally, ready to get everything together. Hope you guys are locked and loaded. We're waiting for the Invisible Crown Army. And when they show up, we can get started. We're broadcasting live from the south side of Chicago, streaming from two platforms. One is Facebook, the other platform is YouTube, right? This particular series we're going to be talking about for the rest of this month will be self-empowerment, right? And it's been very, very challenging for me because I've been called to challenge a group of people that's ready for something different, right? My name is Adonius D. Johnson. I'm a transformation coach. I believe in order to change somebody else, you must first be willing to change yourself. You want to change your family. You want to make some impact. You want to do something different in your community. You have to be the change. You have to be the difference. You are the deciding factor in anything you participate in. That goes from relationships on over to whatever title that's been placed on you. Some of us, we have failed miserably, but I'm not going to go any further. I really need to get into this. So the way we get started, I have to sing you through this mental exercise, right? That's when we kind of just get started and we heat things up. So let me just go and jump right on into it. Welcome everybody. Let's have this dance, right? Let's dance in a way we never danced before. Some people talk about David's dance. Some of you've been waiting for a dance. Last time you danced, you felt miserably. I'm not talking about the wobble. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about dancing like you seen yourself in your vision, dancing like you just won that Powerball, dancing like you just won the Mega Million, right? You went from one place to another. You couldn't believe it was you. I believe that it can happen, in one way we can make that happen by being in the right position. Hey, everybody, this is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. This is when we start our week, right? This is not practice what you preach. This is really practice what you teach. You need to teach yourself something else, because the one who taught you what it is you have learned up until this point, it has now expired, right? It expires. Everything has an expiration date. Everything has an expiration date. It's only so long you can stay in a grade. It's time to upgrade. It's time to downgrade. It's time to relocate. One way you can relocate is by self-reflecting, right? Self-reflecting is a very powerful tool that's being used throughout the course of this particular segment to help you identify with some of the things that's going on in your life right now. In order to do so, we have to ground ourselves. So I will help you ground yourself. But before we get to that, we have to call a time out. So as of right now, I call a timeout. What do I call a timeout on? I call a timeout on the battlefield. What's the battlefield? The battlefield is called life. Whose life? Your life. If you never take a time out for yourself, then you're going to continue to get pulled. You're going to continue to be dragged. You're going to continue to indulge in conversation that does not help you get to higher self. As a matter of fact, some of us never been to higher self, but if you have been to higher self, then guess what? Some people can latch on to you and drag you down to the bottom right now. Sometimes people will take you from the top of your game, from the top of your life, from the top of your finances, down to the bottom like real quick. But see, I just question sometimes, right? I question sometimes, why is people not so quick to take you from the bottom to the top? Maybe there's too many pretenders right now. Too many people pretending in your life like they here for you. Too many people pretending as if they your friend. If you need me, just call. I just spent so much of my time expressing to you what I've been going through, and you gonna end the conversation with, if you need me, just call. What am I calling for? I just told you what was going on. You see, we miss it. Why do we miss it? Because people not prepared to do what it is they think they can do. They not compatible right now. Not compatible to help you with your situation. But first, we got to identify with what's the situation. How did you get in the situation? Self-grounding will allow you to look at things a lot different, right? Did you know your choices and your decisions is what creates your circumstances? Well, guess what? it's not about what we're looking at. Sometimes it's about what other people that operate around us is looking at. You see, you could be in the car with somebody, but guess what? They the driver, you the passenger. When they get into an accident, you got into an accident too. The impact, what it do? It fractures something. You got a concussion. Some of us, our finances is still hindering some whiplash, right? Because of some of the things that knocked us out of position. Some of us, we were saving. Our saving was good. Our money was good. Our life was good. But guess what? We got a phone call. And with that phone call, it said, girl, can you go on this trip with us? You can share rooms. We can split the cost. It's not a lot of money. And you like, yeah, let's go. And when you got there, you didn't know you had to pay for your transportation. You didn't know eating was going to be extended like that. You didn't know it was going to cost. Entertainment costs. Everything comes with a cost, including you being disobedient, right? What's going on, everybody? It's the Mighty Monday Meltdown. What am I doing? I'm opening us up with a little exercise right now. Mental exercise. This is something I do even in the grade school and in the high schools, right, that I attend. I have to see where their mind is at. So I want to see where your mind is at right now. I want to see, can you ground yourself? I want to see, can you be honest with yourself? Can you go deep down? Once you ground yourself, go deep down and find those areas, the things that cause confusion, the things that left you feeling the feeling that you have right now. Sometimes it's not a matter of us helping someone else. It's a matter of us going deep down within ourselves and finding the grounding point, then assisting someone else to pull them out of their situation, to distract them out of their situation. Some of us, we stuck just because we ain't chose to do anything. We just allow everyone to do anything to us right now. See, if you've been taught what you have always been taught, then you're going to always do what you have always done. Does that make any sense right now? Who want to win the lotto? I think today this is your opportunity. You don't need money. You need to understand where the hidden treasure is at. The hidden treasure is in your mind. It's in your heart right now. And we got to get those things into alignment right now. I tell the students, the opposite of left is right. The opposite of up is down, right? The opposite of closed is open. Today, I ask that your ears will be open. I ask that your mind will come open. I ask that your eyes will come open. And even your heart will come open. Why? Because it needs to be open. It needs to be enabled. Things that hinders you and keep you from going further in life, that's the things that needs to be disabled right now. We calling a time out on everything, a time out on titles, a time out on position, a time out on life, a time out on complaining, a time out on anything that's hindering us or those that connected to us. What's going on, YouTube? I hope y'all hear me loud and clear right now. Well, you should. Why is that? Because everything that connected to you will be affected by you. So if you down, then everybody around you is down. Your family is down. Your kids is down. The community is down. The church is down. The city is down. The state is down. The country is down. The world needs change, and the only way we gonna change what's going on in the world is we must first change the country and the way it do business. Then we got to change the states and the way the states do business. Then we can change the cities and the way the city do business. But then we have to change the community, the way the community do business. Then we can change the church and the way the church do business. But then if we're going to change the church, we have to change the family. If we're going to change the family, then you must recognize that everything is on you right now. It starts with you. It ends with you. The end was told in the beginning. And right now we beginning something new right now. We're in a new space right now. So anything that will hold you, anything that will keep you, any regret that you might have, this is the time to put it to the side. We don't need no feelings. We don't need no emotions. Right now, we're going to take everything up off. We're going to take the position serious right now. This position is only what you can fulfill right now. This is your ability to be present right now. This is called self-awareness, is what we're journeying into right now. You see, if you can visualize it, then that means it's available. Who is it available for? It's only available for you. That's what we're trying to get right now. We're trying to get what's for you. What's for you is for you. I agree with you. But your maturity level has to be on point. Your mind has to be on point. You have to be tuned up. Some people say it don't take all this. I'm here to decree and declare it takes more than this. But this is our starting point. We come online every Monday. We broadcast live. This is the city of Chicago, South Side, product of Chicago. This is where all of this power coaching was created with. It's called finding another way to make it work, finding another way to make ends meet. But this time, we're not trying to keep making ends meet in a low-level place. We want to remove that and put it on the other side so we can make ends meet to get us to where we properly supposed to be at right now. Success is at stake right now, and we're going to get that. With people or without people, I need you there. Because why? Because we present, we grounded, we recognize the self-reflection. We're going to understand self-love. We're here to find out what the self-worth. I'm ready to dance right now. I want to dance in God's presence. I want to dance like I never danced before. I'm sure some of you want to dance as well. Get your shoes out. Some of you don't need shoes for this. You don't need makeup for this. You don't even need hair on your head for this. You need a clear understanding that you done pretending right now. We cannot sit in ordinary places when we've been called to do extraordinary things. We have to disable this ordinary mentality and let's get to where we're supposed to be. That's called outside the box. For you, outside the box is your norm. But when you are in the box with everybody else, then ordinary is at stake right now. Fake is trending right now. People are not who they supposed to be. They are who they want to be. You, as well as myself, the Invisible Crown Army, we take our position on the front line as well as on the back line because we done pretending right now. We here to make a difference. And that difference going to start with self first. We need to see it. Taste and see. That means your mouth has to taste it for yourself. This is not a dream that I'm selling. This is the blueprint to live in the dream that you've been seeing all your life. What's going on, everybody? We shift into another point in another position right now. Don't be afraid of the music, the flow. Let it come in because we riding in. We ain't walking in. We ain't crying our way in. We don't need sympathy right now. Pick your head up. Your finances is about to do something different. It's about to wake up because you're waking up right now. You waking up and recognizing the stuff that you've been in, the things that you've been laying on, right? In 2020, 20, whatever year you want to name, whatever it is that got you on hold right now, you got to get up from that place. But when your eyes open up, you got to identify with what's going on around you, what's been going on around you. You've been living in the wrong place. You've been sleeping in the wrong place, wanting the right things, but in the wrong place. For some of us, we are behind enemy lines right now. We are behind enemy lines and we done got comfortable right now. You dating behind enemy lines. You got married behind enemy lines. And both of y'all is not going over. This is the recap right now. Self-empowerment is the topic. The recap is, first, we already went on and we talked about Naomi and we talked about Ruth. These is two special people at two point in time. And what did they do? They made a transformation. It started with Naomi. She transformed the moment she left from a bad place. Some of us, we supposed to stay where we at right now. That's why I tell you to hold your position. You done seen it all before, like Tina Marie. This is deja vu. For some of you, you shouldn't be under karma. Karma is called ignorance. Ignorance is when you do the same thing expecting a different result. That's insanity. Do you see the formula right now? Some of us, we are operating under a formula that does not produce good results. It does not produce good fruits, right? And we want to be fruitful. Fruitful in what? Fruitful in our giving, fruitful in our receiving. And how we going to do that? We're going to have to first plant ourselves because ain't nothing going to grow. You see, we are in a time where we are around a lot of spectators. People want to spectate in your life. They want to peek in your life. They want to come and rob you, hijack your mind, hijack your heart, hijack your vision, hijack your dreams. Every time you got something to say, they got something to say that cancel out, steal your moment away. But today, guess what? We journeying back where we go back in time. Why do we got to go back? We got to go back because we missing some things. We woke now. We missing some things. Some people got the jump on us, right? Some people took some things. There's a saying that says the devil comes to steal, kills, and destroy. Ignorance will steal your heart away from you, right? Ignorance will destroy anything you have, right? Soon as you open up your mouth, relationship is over. You know, the people that says they don't know me, they don't know who they talking to. I'm about to go in. Going in will get you fired. Going in will put you back in a position you have waste been in. Calm yourself down. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to check the area that no one seems to be able to check. And that's called self-control. Grounding yourself will give you self-control. So you never have to worry about getting out of control or losing control. Losing control of what? Losing control of the vision. We have to manifest this thing, right? Some people, we don't have to go to sleep to dream. We can live in our dream right now. I got people that's living a best life now. Why? Because they are woke right now. What is that called? That's called human capital. But what are we under? We are under human error, right? Human error is the codes that we keep getting, and it's popping up in our life right now. Every time we see something, every time we expect something, soon as we see one thing, we go running. You cannot run when you are the fixer. You cannot run because they thirsty when you are the water. Come on now, the God that you serve is working in you and through you. You got to be good over what he gives you. I understand that what you did in your past, you mismanaged yourself. That's why you was always looking for love. You was always looking for things, but in the wrong places, behind enemy lines, right? And that's why some of us, we say we do everything for everybody else. And when is somebody going to do something for us? Guess what? No one need to do nothing for you because you are the blessing. All you needed to do is conquer what's been conquering you. Conquer yourself. Get over yourself. Get up, get out, and get over yourself. And then maybe you can take yourself to some places that you've never seen before. Take yourself to the other side, and we're going to get there. What's going on, everybody? This is the Invisible Mighty Monday Meltdown. And now we just shifting. Here come the recap. The recap is here. But before I recap anything, I must first let you understand, I do not plan on living in this thing, doing this thing called life without the Spirit. The Spirit helps me, right? Listen to me. When you hear me, hear you. I'm a much better person with the Spirit than without the Spirit, right? So I call out to the Spirit to assist me so I can make sure that maybe some of you can connect to me, connect to the Spirit that's in me, use some of the experience that I have already experienced. It does not make sense for you to write out a grocery list and I say, hey, you know what? I'm going to the store. You going to the store. You ask me what I'm going to get. I'm going to get some milk. You mean to tell me you're going to go get the same thing? No, you need to get some cereal or something else so we can mix these ingredients together. What am I saying, folks? Saying that to you, folks. You don't have to experience what I have already experienced. That's called wisdom. Wisdom is application, right? We trying to run the application. For some of us, we already know knowledge is information. There's nothing wrong with getting your information from where you get it from, but we got to make sure it checks out for your situation, for your circumstances. All information does not apply to you, right? Everything don't apply to you. There's no sense of filling up all your space with all this information and you don't know how to execute it. You don't know how to work it. Anyway, let me go and press forward because I'm ready to get to this dance. I'm already dancing. I'm trying to see who got next, right? I think we all got next to dance with prosperity. I think we got next to dance with love, to dance with peace, to dance with joy. So let me call on this Spirit to get me down, to get me right, to get me open. So some people can come in here and they can get something that they never got before on a Monday. This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. We melting down anything. We got to get through this week. This is on us right now. Yes, I understand. We praise him. But today, the angels got to root you on. Today, you got to root yourself on. Ain't nobody coming to get you. So God, I call out for you. Father, I call out for you and I ask for you to be present right now. Be present in everything that we doing right now. We meet up for a time like right now, God, because we know you're going to be here. You're going to be here to assist us. You're going to be here to provide for us. You're going to be here to equip us, to download into us what we need in order to move through this week right now. Some of us, we going to move quick. Some of us going to move swift, but we also need to endure till we fulfill that vision, endure till we get to that dream, endure till we recognize that the promise is already in us. It was already spoken and we need to get there, God. In order for us to do so, we need your Spirit. We need your power. We need your guidance. We need your understanding. Remove and disable, cancel out anything that might be working, even if it's the words I spoke an hour ago, 30 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, yesterday. Any words that were spoken, we ask that it does not deeply root inside of our mental where it continues to water the wrong thing. What we need to be uprooted in some areas. And God, we also need you to journey into some of the great areas in our lives so that we can plant good understanding. We can plant the things that's needed to be planted. So in due season and in due time, we can have the harvest that we rightfully supposed to have. We don't want to pretend in your presence. So God, I'm asking that you will search out every individual that's being called to this feed. And if they sharing this feed, if they sharing this channel, then bless the one that they share it with. But first off, get to the one that's push the share button. Get to the one that subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, because they recognize that they tuning in to get what they need so they can do what they need to do. What is this, God? You told me that this is motivation. You told me that this is inspiration. You told me that the healing is inside of this. The deliverance is inside of this. Understanding is inside of this. Right? We just need to comprehend. We need to comprehend that you're doing something new. So we're grateful for your presence. We're grateful for what you're doing. I just ask that you will continue to let your peace fall fresh on us, reign in our life and through our life as we journey in you and through you to get our heart's desire. And if you give it to us, we will continue to honor you, not just privately, but also publicly. We're growing up in you, God, and we're grateful for that. We're growing up in you because of you, because you assist us, because you water us, because you feed us, because you provide for us more than we can provide for ourselves. And this is in Jesus' name. I have to offer it up just like that. Amen. What's going on, everybody? This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. This is when we melt down any and everything, right, that might hold you back right now. I'm just asking you to just keep on the forefront of your mind, right? Self-realization. Keep that on the forefront. That is something you're going to need right now. You also going to need to self-reflect from time to time, right? Because that's the only way we going to get it. I know I can be telling you about the future, right? I could be telling you about today. Today is Martin Luther King's birthday we celebrate, right? And the promise of what? His dream was for you. He did everything that he needed to do for you. His time was considered served, right? How do you even know Martin Luther King? Basically, you know him because of what he's been through. If he wasn't bit by dogs, if he wasn't put in jail, right? If he wasn't told he couldn't do something, you wouldn't know him at all. Some of you know many doctors, right? You know many people with master degrees, right? You know many pastors and you know many preachers, but what you don't know is some people done went through some serious times. If you never been through anything and you avoided it, you don't get remember for that. You don't get remembered for avoiding things. You get remember for surviving things. Why? Some of you have went through some of the worstest experience that experience can experience, and you still don't want to talk about it. You still have problems with it. You still sitting here frustrated and mad. You still don't want to forgive someone for their ignorance. Ignorance is the thought of not knowing. When you don't know something, then guess what? You charge it to the head. But at the end of the day, why is it getting charged to your heart? I tell you why. Because we got to first forgive ourselves. Forgive ourselves, then we'll learn how to forgive others. But see, we want others to do what we have yet to do. You don't have to tell me you apologize, because I already told myself that, hey, they just didn't know no better. Did not Jesus say on the cross, forgive them, Lord, for they not know what they doing? But he didn't call out and say, y'all, please stop. Stop. Don't do this to me. Stop. Don't hurt my feelings. Stop. Stop. They did what they want to do. Like some people in your life, or maybe you. You do what you want to do. And you're only going to allow to happen. What happens to you is your choice whether you're going to allow it to happen or not, right? So I'm just dancing right now. I'm ready for this dance, right? No excuses, just results moving forward. What we looking for? We looking for results right now, right? I can tell you this. I can tell you as I recap back. We talked about Naomi when she left the land with her husband and her sons, right? They left their place. They left the garden. They left the area that they supposed to have been planted in because it was the famine going on, right? But listen to me. Maybe she didn't know how to make collard greens. Maybe she didn't know how to go out to the field and make a peanut butter sandwich. Maybe she didn't know how to make a surf sandwich. Maybe she didn't know how to make it work. So she decided she gonna go journey in another area. And guess what? On her watch, her husband died. On her watch, her sons died. On her watch, both of them died. Now that was a transformation. Then she met Ruth, and Ruth, that was another transformation. Ruth left her sister, that was another transformation. Ruth came to the kingdom, and who brought her there? Naomi brought her there, right? Or Mara. She was still bitter, but she had to recognize that when she spoke the words out of her mouth, they shouldn't have never came out of her mouth. And for some of you, you have to think, reflect, self-reflect. Some of the stuff you let come out should not have came out. I was in a conversation with someone and they wanted to know where my flaws was at, right? See, when you looking at somebody else, you're looking at someone else based on what they tell you, and you want them to tell you something like you a computer or something, right? And that's not how it works. Anyway, I said, well, why you don't know about your flaws? They stated, well, I know that I'm imperfect. Stop right there for all my imperfect people. If you know that you are imperfect, then that means your choices and your decisions and the outcome is coming from an imperfect person. So everything you participate in is imperfect. That's for the record, right? I believe with the spirit is perfect. Your intentions is perfect, but the way you trying to go about getting it done, you went about it the wrong way. Some of us, we wanted love. We wanted friends. We went about things the wrong way. What are we talking about? We're talking about no excuses, just results. Show me the results right now. Because when your God come to see you, he's coming to look at the result. What have you done with what I have given you, that mouth? What words have you spoken? Have you said thank you? Have you forgiven people? Have you took your time out to make sure that the words that was coming out your mouth was pleasant and sweet and it tastes like honey, right? In order to know that it tastes like honey, you had to be given honey. Let's go. For some of you, we're going to be tested, and it's all about the results right now, right? Results, because we just came out of 1 year and we already over into a new year. You got you need to press and move forward right now. What we talking about? We talking about the results. So we talking about what happened when Ruth got into the field. She saw an opportunity. She saw she didn't have no money. She saw that she needed to make sure they ate. So what she do? She came up with a plan. Let's go. We got to start right there. Come up with a plan, right? He said, write it down and make it plain. Well, let's talk. Back in the day, right? They wrote on tables. So it was tables, right on the tables. You'll see in scriptures many times, right on the tables. The tables, the tablets is really the same thing. But if you ask yourself, right? Tables is made from paper, is made from a tree. I learned this. And when I learned this, I was blown away. I was taught this by another motivational speaker. And I said, wow, I got to bring that to the Invisible Crown Army. We don't need to have it in our head. We need to write it down. Write it down on a piece of paper. Don't put it in your notes on your phone. Don't send it in a message. You got to write some stuff down. Why? Because that's the program. We're trying to write the program. Let's move on over to the next dance. We was dancing last week, recap, and we was talking about Samson and Delilah. And all I wanted to focus on was Delilah. Delilah was a very, very smart individual. Self-awareness was the key. She knew her situation. She knew she had bills to pay. She knew she had a car note, a house note, a mortgage. She knew that she liked high expensive things right now. And I don't think Samson came in that house with the potential that he had money at the time. I don't think it was about money, right? But for some of you, I know you don't want to starve, and you know you do want finances, but you also want God's presence. You want the heart. The heart is good. You just got to give it time. Some of us, we got to mature. We got to grow up, right? So what am I saying? I'm saying the girl got to grow up into a woman, and she has to make a change into a wife, but she also can learn some of the other features that goes with being a woman, right? Self-empowerment, right? So what is self-empowerment? Let's try adulthood. See, men has the same thing, the boy to the man. So men stick and they get stuck in what? Manhood. But we talking about adulthood. That's another level, right? That's maturity. We learned last week in the recap, right? Immature, meaning undeveloped. Some of us is undeveloped financially. I believe Samson was undeveloped financially, but he had that spirit. He was dope. We have to take some of us on this feed line right now and on this channel that we broadcasting from on YouTube. We got it. We got the spirit, and we can go up in the spirit. We can talk to God. God is listening. But what we don't have is how to manifest what we see in the spirit and bring it back down in the natural so it can bear fruits right now. So what I'm going to do, and as I close out this thing at the end, I'm going to go up in the spirit so high, and I'm going to shake that tree. And all I need you to do is put your hands out. Put your hands out and grab what you need. As a matter of fact, I'm shaking it right now. I'm shaking the things down because it's falling on you, but you can't see it with your eyes, but you can hear it. You can hear it because those that can hear, right? Those that can hear has been delivered. They've been delivered from what? Been delivered from karma, because you know better right now. You know that if somebody speak, all we needed to do is get together, 2 or 3, touching and agreeing that his presence will be present. And if the present is present, then he's a present help in a time of need. What is it that you need? I'm shaking the tree so you can get what you need, but you cannot leave up off of here the same way that you came on here. That's the deal. So Delilah, she made a deal with some Philistines, and she just wanted to get paid. She wanted her money. Run it up, run it up. She got paid. I don't know how many Philistines was there, but baby girl knew about math. Okay, she knew that 11. She was due 11. I want to say 1,100 shackles from each person. Now, I'm trying to do the numbers right now. How many people? This lady might have became rich right then and there, right? But that still didn't stop what transpired, and we recognize that, guess what? Samson wanted love. He loved her. The love was there. The love was laying on her lap. And what did she do? She said that he was lying to her. Like some of y'all, you want to ask that man about what it takes to be a man, yet you never been a man before. You need to understand it's not a matter of whether or not he's a man. It's what type of man is he? What type of man is he? And before you can get to that question, what type of man is he, you must first ask yourself, what type of woman is you? Who taught you? Where did you get your womanhood from? Where did you get your adulthood from? Where's your experience at? Where your pain at? How did you deal with rejection? Where your betrayal comes in at? Where's the problem at in your life? And how did you deal with that problem? How did you assess it? Did you go run to somebody else, or you ran in the room and you closed the door and you locked yourself in there and you wrestled with yourself? How did you come up with the answers that you needed? Come on, y'all. You got to be honest. You have to be honest with yourself before you want somebody to be honest with you. And Samson went on his journey, right? Now I want to use a little something that I was watching. I was watching the Bridgertons, right? And I really love the characters. I love the character of the aunt, and the role that she served in the Duke's life. You see, the Duke was the Duke. He was the man. He was one of the main characters. But what happened is he had defects. He was born with them, right? Born with the defects. One of the things that I saw that was very interesting is the lady, the character that died. She died trying to birth something for somebody else. How many of you, stop right there, tried to give somebody else something and it didn't make them happy? You tried to provide for something and you died along the way. You tried to be something that you was not. And guess what? Where was he at? He was in the hallway waiting. He was in the hallway because he'd never been in this situation before. You don't know nothing about his mother. You don't know anything about the marriage. You don't know anything about what they had. All you know is he was trying to get an heir. He was trying to leave something behind to take on the legacy, right? But that was your wife and they ain't showed nothing. For some of you, you can get married and it don't be about nothing. You can be in a situation and that thing will drain you from every vision, every thought that you could have possibly had in your life. All because of what? It was the customs and the culture have corrupted the community. And now that community is being affected by somebody that is not fully capable of providing what it needs to provide, what he needs to provide to be successful. And somebody stepped in, which was an aunt, and took care of him. She died. So you don't hear nothing about the mother at all. She died. That's very important. If you're writing anything down on the Mighty Monday Meltdown, the Bridgertons, the mother died. He lived and she died. Something had to die in order for him to live. Some of the relationships had to die in order for you to get your new business that you got right now. In order for you to get your mind back, there's 2 times you can be successful. The best time is when somebody leave your life, because now it's on you, right? It's on you. Your life can be impacted in 2 ways. Somebody leaving your life or somebody coming into your life. As of right now, we talking about change, self-empowerment, getting the understanding that's needed in order to change your conditions. You must first be willing to look at the conditions you've been in. You have to assess yourself. And that's what the aunt did. She assessed it, the Duke. She recognized that one day he will rise up and he will take over. One thing we all can agree on right now, and that is we are here for a good time, not a long time. Everybody will leave this earth, right? But let's not leave this earth. Let's leave this place. Let's leave this earth better. And the way we can leave this earth better is by you becoming better, right? Better at the way you do business, better at the way you govern yourself, better at the way you give. Come on now, God likes a cheerful giver. Your giving is not your money though. Your giving is not your money, because your money is connected to your time. God, oh, that was good. Your money, which is currency, is connected to your time. Your giving is what's being released from you. Your giving is your presence. Your giving is the role you play in the things that goes on around you. That's what giving is really about, right? So he had these conditions, right? And in these conditions, he lived with him and he made a vow. Some of you made a vow. I told you the world is built on vows, pledges, right? Oaths, right? Chants. We chanted things. We took the oath. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear? The words that came out of your mouth. If people still doing business this way, if the world is still being run this particular way, then your words are powerful. What comes out your mouth is powerful. But if you don't exercise self-control, then again, you're going to be out of control. And for many of us, I would choose to argue this point on your behalf as well as on my behalf. If you don't know your power, then you don't have no power. Today, we put on the invisible crowns. Your invisible crown represents your character and your attitude, right? He met Lady Bridgerton along the way. And when I love the fact that the way the movie was set up is you had a season. There's a season for being by yourself. There's a season for getting yourself together. There's a desperation season, right? There's a separation season. There's a preparation season. There's an elevation season, right? Come on, y'all. We have to find out what season you are in the world, right? In this world right now, we are in the season of winter. Don't nothing grow in winter. We all can agree that winter is the season we are in, but God already stated that things will change. The seasons will change. Your conditions will change. Your circumstances will change. I'm just trying to identify, are you ready for the change that you're waiting on? Or if you just letting life push you through, giving you scribbles, kibbles, and bits, and you keep attracting these dogs and gorillas in your life right now. Come on, y'all. I'm trying to let you understand. I told you before, I met Michelle Williams from Destiny Child. She wanted a soldier. She wanted a soldier, someone that can stand up to her. Listen, stand up to you. Know, I'm trying to outgrow you. I ain't got time to be standing up to you, right? I'll give you another character real quick. Let's talk. We talking about it's too many Little Red Riding Hoods walking around here. I did a little research today on Little Red Riding Hood, right? And I love what I learned about Little Red Riding Hood. Check this out, you guys. It was a European European fairy tale, right? But inside of every fairy tale is actually the truth, right? And it's about a young girl. Stop right there. You see, some people think they grown, but they really a young girl. And she got a little red hood on her head, right? And she's out, right? And again, listen to this. With the little Red Riding Hood, she had a little basket and she just out here got her little shawl on, her little poncho on, with her little hood on, and you can spot her a mile away, little red jacket on, little red bottoms on. Come on, y'all. Let's get real about it. Let's get real about it. Little Burberry on, right? Little YSL, right? Not the YSL, okay. Little YSL, right? And listen to this. And a big bad wolf. Stop. Maybe this is the reason why people keep saying, be on the lookout, right, for wolves in sheep clothing. Be on the lookout for the wolf. How you know about a wolf? If you took your child to the zoo and said, that's a wolf, that wolf, he will not put that wolf and a human being together, right? He will not. A human is a human. An animal is an animal, right? Right? And we understand a sheep is an animal and a wolf is an animal. But somewhere down the line, somebody programmed, be careful. It's still working to this day in your life. You too old to still have this type of mentality. We could zap this thing right now. Ignorance, right? Ignorance gonna lose today. And knowledge gonna win today. It's no other way. How do I know this? I'll show you. Listen to this. Little Red Riding Hood. And there was a big bad. What made him big? Right? Because you were scared of him. He was a soldier. What made him big? Because you saw what he can do. Oh, y'all want to go spiritual. Remember, go out and spy out the promised land. They come back. We look like grasshoppers. They look like giants. What you see. Are you qualified for the vision that you see? Because don't base your vision off of your current situation. Don't base your vision off of your current finances. Don't base your vision off of your surroundings right now. Some of you, your vision is what's going to pull you out of what you are currently in. Hold on, because I'm here to make sure that you strapped in tight. So when this thing snatch you, it throws you to where you rightfully belong because you prepared. We prepared for this, right? Come on, y'all. Y'all need to start speaking. We prepared for this, right? What's going on? This is the Mighty Monday Meltdown. I'm your transformation coach. They call me AJ the Wildfire. But for some of you, you can call me Adonius D. Johnson. I'm the author of the book, I Am My Life Coach. It's a self-help book to help you help yourself because that's where we at right now. This is a self-manifestation process. We are ending that process right now. So that's why this Invisible Crown Army was formed. What is the Invisible Crown Army? It's people that have supernatural gifts operating in the natural realm. I don't need you to lose it right now around ordinary people. I stated earlier, you have supernatural gift. So it's not a matter of can you pray and can you speak in tongues? All these gifts comes from God, but it will go unused if you don't know when to use your power. You cannot go around your girlfriends or around certain people speaking in tongues and they looking at you, they will eject you up out their house, call the police on you quick. And the first thing they will do is stick a title on you because it says you have to know when to do what it is you keep trying to do. You just can't start going to the casino boat, putting oil on slot machine. It don't work like that. The world is the world, right? Use some common sense, but common is not common. If so, we'll all be rich because I'll tell you right now, we should sell it, write a book and sell it, right? Okay. So, the Little Red Riding Hood, right? Little Red Riding Hood. And what happened? Oh, I was giving you a description with the Little Red Riding Hood, right? Listen to this. It was created in the 10th century, right? European folktale, including from one, right? Italy, called the false, okay, right? The two best known version, right, was created by Charles, right? But listen to this. Why do it says the lesson from this book is current since it teaches children about essential topics in life, safety. No one is exempt from the dangers of society. Stop right there. You guys, society offer danger. The world has storms. So everyone get hit with the storm. People with the spirit just as well as people without the spirit. This is why I tell you to hold your position. because you done seen it all before. You done seen this picture over and over again. You just keep tolerating something you shouldn't have to tolerate. It's about the results right now. It's about you moving and shifting, and go ahead and take that leap. Go ahead and do it and get to your race right now. You can't keep stopping cheering for people. Your girls and your family is not going with you, right? Little Red Riding Hood, I want to close this particular part up. No one is exempt from the danger of society, and it is necessary to learn to take care of oneself and be careful. That was the whole message and the whole purpose of the Little Red Riding Hood. The big bad wolf saw her, and the first thing she did is what? She ran. She ran. She didn't address him because she was in areas she should not have been. She was out in the wilderness, out in the wild, and what goes with the wild? Some of you know how to change clothes. You know, now I can't come out like this. I'm being seen. Some of us, we're not mature enough to handle what it is we keep trying to wear or what we keep trying to put on. We are sticking out like a flag right now, right? And we need to, it's our time. This is the time to be extracted from bad areas, right? That's Little Red Riding Hood. For some of you, come on, we back on the Bridgerton, but let's go ahead and go over to Cinderella. Cinderella, right? She was a regular person. She was a maid. She had a regular job. She was noble. She was doing things, and she wanted to go to a ball. The ball, why? What happens at the ball? You get chosen at the ball. You see, let me be honest with you. Some of you need to put your best foot forward all the time. You don't have time to be on reserve. You got to turn it up when it comes down to what's inside of you. You are a representation of what it is you've been taught. Your belief system is what shapes your life, and according to your life will tell you your belief system. And right now, some of us, we are lacking self-confidence. We're not confident, and we're not confident enough in what we're doing because we've been mismanaging this for so long that now when we want to do something, we look for what? Other people approval. Cinderella, right? She was given the most work to do, and she was given a task. You see, for some of you, she was given a task. Let this be a lesson for some of us. Before you go out and do or meet who you need to meet, you must first finish your chores. Well, guess what? She had more chores than everyone else. Coming into another family, just like in the Bridgertons, there was this black character. She was a black lady, and she was sent to an evil stepmother, right? Because when she wrote little letters, she would hide her letters, right? And she showed up, what? In a bad situation. She was already pregnant, right? We never saw the man, right? She was here, and now she was being taught by who? The one that was over the house was giving her bad instructions. Some of you, you've been given some bad instructions. You've been given some bad instructions. It got you in bad places. Some of the people in your life, your aunts, your mother, or anybody, they be like, I like him so much. You be kind of looking like, what is it she like about him? If you like him, you marry him, okay? Because he don't go with me. You need to look at me. You too serious. You ain't gonna never have nobody. I'm gonna have the right body. But you're right. You're right. If you think I'm not going to have nobody because the person you keep putting your eyes on is nobody, last time I checked, you ain't got nobody either. But let me do something different, and I will make sure I get me somebody that can recognize that this is God's body. And if we're going to do anything, then he going to have to be present to make it happen. So what happens? She gets here, and once again, she shows up. She's pregnant. Cinderella, giving these little tasks, giving these little duties, right? Clean this house up. Some of you work on your mouth, work on your heart, the way you love, work on your communication, work on your effective living, your effective listening, right? The Bible said, be quick to listen. Some of you, it does not say be quick to talk. You are totally the opposite. That means there's a malfunction, dysfunction. That means it's not working the way that it's supposed to work. And somebody needs to help coach you, direct you, because you don't have enough in you to overpower what keeps taking over you. Some of us, we've been out of control for so long that we don't allow our thoughts to run things. So if we think this, then we manifest that. If we think this, I think they don't like us. Then all these people around you don't like you. I think they're not interested in us, right? And at the end of the day, they sitting here interested. So guess what? This lady, she comes into this house. Not only this, she's taught to lie, right? She taught to lie. She taught to fake it. She had to get into a relationship with someone she wasn't in love with. She bought into it. She even tried to kill her own little desire of what she had going on. It did not work. For some of you, you have situations in your life, right? And guess what? It did not work. God shut that thing down. You tried to shut it down, and guess what? You could not do it. He told you to leave it alone, and it just didn't work. So he made them leave you, right? He made them discuss you. He made them put you out. He made them betray you. Why? Because in the betrayal, that's what brought you back to God. Didn't I tell you? Sometimes people leave your life is a good opportunity for you to start your life. Some of us, we've been so clouded with everybody else and what they want, that you done lost focus and never asked yourself, what is it that you want? When did you think you had it all together? When did you think? Don't you know that the enemy to great is good? Good is an enemy, because there's another level called great. And right now we are entering into a year of greatness right now. You enter into a year where your identity come back full-fledged, where you really know what you working with. You know what you bringing to the table. You are honest about it. There's no foolery in it. It's just straight to the point. I don't want nothing because I can't handle a title. I'm just trying to handle me. I'm just trying to handle this space. And what ended up happening? Cinderella ended up getting into it with who? Her sisters, evil sisters, girlfriends, right? But they was taking order by who? Their mother, right? To her dress up, snatched it up off of her, broke it on down at the door, and left her there. Per the book, they was laughing at her. She was there. And when they left, she had the audacity, Cinderella, to talk to a fairy godmother. Come on, self-reflection. Who created you? Why are we here? Did you not know Cinderella did not have a mother? Where was her mother at? Don't know, right? Do you not know the Duke? His mama died. He never seen his mother. Where was she at? Auntie raised him, right? He had a stuttering problem. All the words is not going to come out right all the time. Come on, y'all. Come on now, yo guys. Y'all want to evaluate people's words, but where your words at? Where your words of power? Where your confidence? Where your faith at? What if what you waiting on has to be spoken from your mouth? It has to be released, and you don't know how to release it. You around here looking for something, but you ain't found what you're looking for, because what you're looking for was already in you. What you're looking for was in you. You are the one that draws what you need to you. And I'm not talking about with no eyes. I'm talking about with the spirit. It draws, right? So let's get on into it. Who we talk about? Let's close. Cinderella, she went to the dance. Wait, she had enough time to self-reflect, and somehow she heard the voice of instruction, and the voice of instruction prepared her for what she needed, where she was going. She had the right hairdo, right? She didn't have to go get kinky. She didn't have to go get Malaysian. She didn't have to go get wavy. She didn't have to go run over there to MAC and get no MAC lip gloss. She didn't have to get anything. She didn't have to get no red bottoms. She had to get none of that. That's because it was a spirit and it was an attitude. Let's get our attitudes right. Why? Because your invisible crown represents your character and your attitude. She needed God, because the God sisters that was with her, listen to that, God sisters, right? That means God put her in some areas with some people that was going to be rude to her, that was going to disrupt her life. And when they disrupt her life, it was going to put her in the right position to get what she needs so she can get up out of that place. Now, where was her mama at? I don't know. Where was her daddy at? I don't know. But what I'm telling you is somebody showed up. Let's go. Somebody showed up in the Duke's life, the auntie, and she begins to teach him the things that the father could not teach him. The mother died. And when the father died, he came back and made a vow to a dead man. Come on, y'all. You made a vow to somebody that's dead in your life right now. The people that you was dating, y'all both was dead. They was blind, right? They couldn't see what's your potential. They couldn't see the future. They couldn't see where you was going. They was dead. You vowed to that, and you still got your walls up because of a blind man, because of a dead person. You still, I got my walls up. No, you have trapped yourself, and it's time to untrap. So the spirit came, gave Cinderella the right everything. She went to the club. She went to the spot, the ball, dance, but she was given some instructions. Come on, voice of instructions. Pull yourself together. Stop being so judgmental. Voice of instructions. Know what you need. Didn't the mother tell the Bridgerton daughter, listen, you need friendship, relationship. You need to make a connection. Her and the Duke end up being in love based on just communication, based on just being able to talk without judging. She said little things about him. He gave her little shots back and forth. But at the end of the day, something called magic happened. Magic happened, and somehow they was able to dance. See, we all got to dance. But when the last time you did your dance in the spirit? When the last time somebody saw what you was all about? So let's go ahead and journey, because right now I'm pushing this thing, because some of us, we are premature. Premature versus immature. These are some of the people you got to watch out for, because some of your girlfriends and some of your sisters are premature. They preemies. They not developed. And some of these other girlfriends that you rolling with, they are immature. They are undeveloped. One need more time. One need some more information. Now, guess what? What are you? Are you going to be their teachers? Are you going to be the one that rock them? Are you finna nurse somebody else? Or are you finna get to what it is you prepared for? This is the preparation point right now that we're reaching right now, right? This is the preparation point. Cinderella, as I close on her, she ran because she remembered at a certain time, a certain season, a certain time, she got to be stripped. Today, you guys, we are in the stripping point right now. We got to strip ourselves. What we thought worked back then do not work now. We got to strip ourselves. COVID and the pandemic, it done changed the way we date. It done changed the way we view people. It done changed your situation. It done changed your circumstances. But at the end of the day, this is the perfect opportunity to go higher. This is the perfect opportunity to take a leap of faith, right? Let's go, y'all. We in the scriptures now, and we're going to use the one today to help empower us is Esther. Esther, right? Let's go to Esther, everybody. I like to use the scriptures because I believe in life, in the natural world, in the ordinary world, you need to use supernatural things to help deal with some of this stuff that's going on right now, especially ignorance, right? So I'm going straight to Esther right now. Give me 1 second as I pull it up. And I just wanted to start the story off. I don't even have it, but I got it so on the top of my mind right now, right? And there was a party going on, and it was by King Xerxes, right? King Xerxes, Esther 1, that's it. Esther 1, King Xerxes, right? He threw a party. I'm going to use the amplified version. He threw a party in the land, right? I want you to look at the third line, 1-3, right? He threw a banquet for all officials and his attendants. Some people are in high positions, you guys. Do not play them cheap. They are in high positions, right? Officials, right? And attendance, right? The army, right? The army, the visible crown army, right? The media, right? CNN, right? The news, right? The media, World Star. All these people was at this party, right? He displayed his riches of his kingdom, his glorious kingdom, right? The splendor, right? He had a party for a half a year. This is the 90 for 90. It says 180 days in all, right? When these days was complete, come on, y'all, here come completion. The king had a banquet for all his people who was present, right? Let's keep going. The greatest to the least. Stop right there. This is a blessing. If it's not a blessing, my name ain't what it is. My name is your transformation coach, Adonius Johnson, right? It says from the greatest to the least was invited to this banquet. You guys are invited. You're going to be able to see what royalty looks like. You're going to be able to see what low bottom behavior look like. You're going to be able to see stuff. But most importantly, can you see what you bring? Can you see what you deliver? Can you see what it is that you're going to present at this point in time? All of us is at this banquet, right? From the least to the greatest. Let's go, right? 7 days of feasting. There go your 7 days right there. Completion, right? Everybody gets a chance. You ain't going to wear the same thing every day. You're going to put on something new, right? You're going to display. For some of us, you be saying to people, I don't know you. How am I supposed to know you? We just met. You don't even know me. You don't even know you. Transformation happens immediately. Transformation happens immediately. One moment you here, next moment you there. When that Powerball comes out, somebody gonna have that ticket. They could be poor 1 minute, rich financially the next minute, donating to schools and everything. It's gonna happen in your life just like this. I believe this. Please believe with me. I only need 2 or 3 to believe that it's going to happen for me and it's going to happen for you as well. I just want you to not forget about me. When it happened for you, just say, listen, I am my life coach. I was on this feed line. It was the Invisible Crown Army. I believe in the manifestation of self. So I am my life coach moving forward in the story, right? So there was a good banquet that was going on. Verse 8, I love it because the king, you was able to drink whatever you wanted to drink. Some of you was able to get Henny, however much you want, you was able to get whatever it is. 1942, whatever you desire. The king said it's on the house, right? Right? The king said it was on the house. Listen to this, verse 9. Queen Vati also held a banquet separate. This is the queen. Stop right there. I told you guys, some people are already at the top, right? And they can't wait. People can't wait to get the opportunity to drag you down to the bottom. The queen was at the top of her game. So to the point that she chose other queens and other ladies to be around. She had her own party. We ain't gonna party with the normal folks from greatest to the least. We gonna have our own workshop. We gonna have a women's conference, right? A women's conference with all women. Now, y'all know this is a hot mess right here. Everybody in here flexed up. Everybody in here bossing. The queen. Everybody trying to make contact with the queen. The first lady. She the first lady of who? She's a lady just like you. I don't know what first made her first. That's in his life, not in yours. So you got your own position, but you better hold your own position. Because when God sees you, he sees you as his wife. When God sees you and that spirit gets in you, he married a bride. Guess what? You become first. First, you should never be worried about who's second, third, fourth, fifth, unless you standing in the line right now. Cinderella wasn't standing in no line. When she heard that bell ring, she ran, left a footprint. She didn't leave a red bottom because some of you would have dropped that shoe. You would have actually went back and got that joker. You paid too much for that shoe. But if you bought it from, what's that, DSL, whatever the little store called, YSB, no, not YSL. That ain't it. If you bought that shoe from Burlington, you would have left that shoe right there. But if you bought that shoe from Chanel or Dior, you going back to get that shoe. She left an imprint, right? Ran back home and she began to change. Change why? Because every day is a new day. Every day is a new day. You got to approach every day like this is the time that it can happen for you. I believe it. You should believe it, right? The king came and frowned Cinderella, all right? Queen Vati, she threw this dance. And listen, on the 7th day, this was the Sabbath day for Christians. He said, listen to this. When the king's heart was full, was joyful with wine and high spirit, he commanded, right? Go get my queen. Bring her here. Because she was beautiful. Listen to me. She was beautiful. Listen to this. And make sure she wearing her royal crown, which is your invisible crown. He said, make sure she wearing her crown because that shows her position, right? Listen to how she get out of position. It says, he just wanted her to wear this to display her beauty before the people and the officials, for she was lovely to see with the eyes. He just knew y'all never gonna get no one-on-one with her. But what you will get is some visual. You will get a little mouth-watery taste. You will see her and be like, man, he got it on and popping. Man, that's who he rolling with? Okay, I see. He saved her for last. Now, what happened? They went and told her, listen, the king commands, which was delivered to her, right? By who? By somebody he trusted. Go get her. Tell her, come over here, and come introduce herself to the people. What happened? The king became extremely angry. He lost it. And burned with rage. Why? Because she got caught up in social media. She got caught up in her IG. She got caught up in selling her little product, her business. She got caught up in everything but the right thing. I'm trying to get my business going. She got caught up in her own activities. She got caught up so much into what she was doing. She forgot that when her opportunity came, see, some of you, What am I saying? Your name is about to be called. You need to be getting ready. So when your name called, they're gonna go on to the next person. She's sitting here trying to entertain her people, everybody around her. Come on, girl. See, your girl will bring you down and make you lose your position real quick. Gossiping, chatting about what? About how Queen should do it. She was so busy doing what she do, she ain't recognizing. You see, when Cinderella left that king, the prince came and found her. Everybody tried that shoe on, but he wanted to know who fit this role right here. Who can get in this seat right here? See, some of you ain't never been in the seat because you ain't practiced. You ain't practiced because you was too busy. Everybody else do it. You was watching your mama and them do it. You was watching people do it. You was saying, oh, it's so pretty. You was too busy looking at TV. Forgot that that's acting. That's acting. That's not real. You don't know the behind the scene. You don't know what you can take. So when we get information, I don't know what they do. I would have been left him. And that's why you still stuck without a him. You ain't had no practice. You see, if you avoid things, you will not be remembered. You only remember about what you survived. You only remember about what you survived. We're talking about Cinderella. Why? Because she survived 2 beat downs by 2 ladies, a dress that got torn up, a god that came, a fairy mother that talked to her. She went and danced with the king, with the prince, got one dance. Remember, she had to ride because she was here for a good time, not a long time, and he came looking for her, and he knew where to find her. Do God know where to find you at? Do your husband know where to find you at? Do God, Jesus, know where to find you at? Do the Spirit know where to find you at? Where you at now? Where you at? Where you at right now? Are you doing what common folks are doing, or are you holding your position, waiting for your opportunity so you can step in? Come on now. This thing that was going on, she didn't come. So what happens? Let's get to what happened as I press forward and I calm down. So avoiding Queen Vashti because she did not obey the commands of the king. Listen to this. Verse 17. For the queen conduct will become known to all women. See? Bad company corrupts good character. Your friends, your family members, whoever you're around can corrupt your good characters. They're supposed to put you there. What is your character? Your character and your character and your attitude is your invisible crown. Your software, your program, your walk, the way you do things can easily become corrupted by association of the ones you are around. So this lady here, right, the queen, for her conduct, it will be known to who? All women. Did you get the word all? All means anything and everybody. All women, causing them to look on who? Their husband. The man that finds a wife finds a good thing. The man God created, the man, he's a husband. He's a husband because God created him. Finding a wife, right? Listen to this. It will make them not listen to their husband, not listen to God. What it say? Disrespect. Don't you know? It says, husband, love your wife as you love what? Yourself. As you love what? Yourself. That goes self-respect right there. Respect what's inside of me as a man, as a woman. It says not to love the man. It said respect the man. How do I know this? Listen to this. It says if they find out what she did, it will be disrespectful to all husbands. So the king had to take counsel from other what? Kings, right? Other kings. Listen, because she did not come, right? When he told her to come. This day, ladies of Persia and the media who had heard this, the queen refusal will speak, right? Because women talk too much. They talk and tell all their business. Y'all don't know what I know. What you know? Then they tell them, now we know what you know, boo. And what you know gonna send you off the cliff right now. Verse 19. Verse 19. It says, if it pleases the king, let a royal command be issued by him, and let it be written in the law. Stop. We still operate under this law that was written because of this situation right here. Remember, the king has a banquet going on with great people, and from the greatest to the least. That means another version says noble people was there, powerful people was there, right? Listen to this. She is no longer the queen. They objected her just like that, right? When the king heard that it was a great idea, he said, you know what? Let's get her out of this position. Let's get her out of this position. In verse 21, the statement pleased the king and the officials, right? So he sent out a letter letting it be known, and we gonna find someone else. Guess what? Esther was not even in play right now. She was not at the queen's gathering. She might was one of those people from the greatest to the least. I'm going a little longer, but I gotta get this part out right quick. I gotta find it, right? Then the king served. Oh, wait. Here you go. After this, the king, right? When he found out he was gonna change his position, it says when he calmed down from his anger, right? He wanted to change his mind. He was going to forgive her, but the people that was around him said, you cannot forgive her. She is out. Let's find someone better, someone of noble character. Since we own noble character and we're talking about self-empowerment, if you guys give me 5 more minutes, I will be done with this. But I got to get to this Proverb 31 because this is really where Esther really came from. She had a certain spirit. She had a certain spirit which helped her with her character and it helped her with her attitude, right? It helped her with her character and her attitude. Proverbs 31. A lot of times people say that they are a Proverbs 31 woman. I'm a Proverbs 30. That's a spirit. That's a spirit. And if that thing is present, you don't never have to say it because it speaks for itself. How do I know this? It says a wife of noble character who can find. Stop. You see, a man has to find this. You cannot find this. You have to display this. That's why you can't find it because you have to display it. It has to be created. Who can find it? You can't find it. It has to be displayed, right? So it says a wife of noble character. Esther got chosen just because she had noble character. Well, let's look up what the word noble mean, right? Noble character. What does let's look up that real quick. Definition of I had it, I just forgot it. You guys, it was a long day. So she had a character of she was a noble character, right? Noble. So let's find out what this noble character is. Noble, right? That means she had fine personal qualities. Fine personal is the things that made her who she is, the way she laughed, the way she communicated, the way she talked, the way she moved. These particular characteristic traits cannot be purchased at a store. I don't want to keep you guys that long, so I must get off. I appreciate everybody that logged on. We just stopped. We'll pick this thing up next week on the Mighty Monday Meltdown. I would start and I would go straight into this particular part. So I write this down. Proverbs 31, a wife of noble character. This is how we get to Esther. Someone had to move out of a royal role. Some of you was in royal roles already, right? You cut across the field and you fell in love with what you saw with your eyes. You got caught in enemy territory and you never returned. Being that you never returned, you got ejected because you left your seat. You never mastered the seat. You didn't grow up in the seat, so you don't understand the seat. It still have a certain level of respect that goes with the seat. And her seat was given away to somebody that was taught the proper way. And keep this in mind as I close out, you guys. Esther did not have a father, and Esther did not have a mother. She had to listen to her uncle, and she was adopted, just like the Duke. Her uncle was Malachi. So I wanted to leave you guys with this. Peace and blessings. I hope you guys enjoyed the self-empowerment with the story of Little Red Riding Hood, understanding Cinderella and that little transition and understanding what's going on with the king and the queen and what she was doing. Guess what? Neither one of us was at the party. Just like some of the things you do, nobody know what you do but you. But if we can get that out your head, if we can put you back on track, if we can get you back online, then you can receive any and everything that's meant for you. You can get what it is you desire. Your heart desire, you can have it because you are prepared for it, you're qualified for it, and you have every right. It is an inheritance that you must receive. Only you can receive it, but you must first become available. Become available, because the queen was not available. She had the ability to put the crown on, and she had the robe, but she wasn't available. Here come Esther. Guess what? She's available, and she's gonna have the ability to maintain not just this position, but she's gonna be able to do so much more by holding her position. And I'm gonna show you that. Peace and blessings, everyone. I thank you guys for joining us. I'll see you guys next Monday for Monday Mighty Meltdown. You too. Peace. What's going on, everybody on Facebook? Y'all already know that was a hassle.